In 2023, Surem Mao wrote Mute Compulsion, a book detailing extensively how capitalism doesn't just force us to do things violently, nor coach us into doing things through ideology, but how the very social relations core to the capitalist mode of production coerce us to maintain and uphold the system. To have a good, decent life, to survive, most of us must enter the labor force. We must sell our labor to a company. And this is what we're shaped to do from the time we're born, what Mao calls the transcendental indebtedness to capitalism. Life itself comes with an obligation to valorize value, and for this reason, the worker belongs to capital before he's even sold himself to the capitalist. Mute compulsion, or this economic power Mao speaks to, in my view, also elucidates the uniquely Australian housing market. Back in the 1950s, Australia's body politic collectively fell for the stakeholder nation narrative. The idea, primarily spruiked by then Prime Minister Robert Menzies, was that every Australian would have a physical stake or an asset in the nation, and that would be their home, something so essential to the social reproduction of capitalism. But of course, like every asset holder in any industry, the asset class necessarily has an interest in their asset values rising, and therefore asset prices, or in this case, house prices. And this is how we get a nation to be in favor of policies which increase home prices. You get 70% or so of the country financially invested into wanting said prices to grow and grow. This has a dual effect. One, it means that buying a home as an asset becomes the primary mean by which you acquire a shelter, a roof over your head. Renting under private or public landlords relegates you to second-class citizenry, purely in terms of the individual financial benefits you accrue by owning an asset like a home. Secondly, the asset-derived wealth from the housing market is incredibly decentralized across the population, across the working class, meaning a market collapse would be incredibly devastating to not just financial markets, but to everyone. And so anytime that market is under any serious threat of collapse, we have institutions there to uphold it. A key example of that is during COVID, when the Reserve Bank radically increased the amount of credit available in the economy. And so commodifying the most personal space of social reproduction, the home, by making it such a central organ to the success of the broader economy and to the success of the individual, Australians are compelled to participate in the housing market. This is particularly the case today, where people finance their home purchases through copious amounts of debt. Debt they have to pay off by earning enough money, by selling their labor to a company, to the capitalist. This is the mute compulsion which characterizes the social relations at the heart of the housing crisis.